Last week on the Super Cyclone Challenge. In this game, not many people have done it so far, but tonight we're joined by Cooper. How are you?
I'm doing fine. August 31st, final answer.
Very astute. That is the right answer. Hurricane status, yes. 15 seconds.
I think we'll flip the question.
We're flipping
here.
The question, all right?
I think I might know it, but to be sure, let's use the 50-50.
All right.
I believe it was Luzon. Final answer.
It is the right answer. Major hurricane status is yours. And now we get to find out what happened next. But you're doing really well. We're entering stage 4 now, which gives you a whole minute on the clock. I'll do a bit of clicking to make that possible. 4 questions from super hurricane status, 150 miles an hour. That is sort of the name of the game. Whether it's the aim of your game, we'll see. That is 4 questions away. You've got the 3 lifelines. Just to remind you again, those lifelines are the half-time lifeline, where we halve your time limit, but you advance a question, so it's a bit like taking one for the team almost. The double dip, where you can pick 2 possible answers, or the dreaded risk. Alright, question number 13. 1 minute on the clock. According to HURDAT, how many Category 5 landfalls did Hurricane Irma make? Is it 3, 4, 5 or 6?
Count them. You've got Bermuda, and you've got, I think, the Virgin Islands, and then you've got Cuba. Now, what were the answers again?
Is it 3, 4, 5 or 6? I'll make sure you're sure on this.
Just to be sure, I'm going to use the double dip.
You are? Okay. What's your first answer that you'd like to give me?
3 landfalls.
I can tell you that 3 is not the right answer. 36 seconds. 4, 5 or 6 still in play.
4 landfalls.
Final answer.
Yes.
Okay. Could you envision it being more than 4?
Possibly. There's a lot of small Caribbean islands. I might have missed out on something.
Not enough to make you wrong, though. That is the right answer. It is 4. Yes. We continue. All right, 125 miles an hour it is. The next question gets you to Category 4 status, 130 miles an hour, although it isn't safe unless you decide to walk away or advance all the way to Super Hurricane status. You can, of course, walk away at any time if you just don't want to continue. The next question will get you to 130 miles an hour, as I said. 1 minute, here we go. Which Atlantic storm name was used in both the 1953 and 2018 seasons? Is it Alice, Dolly, Florence, or Helene?
Well, which season are we talking about?
Which Atlantic storm name was used in both the 1953 and 2018 seasons? Alice, Dolly, Florence, or Helene? A name that was used in both of those seasons.
1953 we're talking about,
yes.
Correct?
And 2018.
I believe it was Florence, final answer.
Ooh. Sounding a bit nervous there. Are there any you could have eliminated from that list?
The first 2, Alice
first
and what's-its-face.
Dolly. What's-its-face?
Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly, Dolly's just what's-its-face these days, yeah. It's never done anything interesting at all in the Atlantic. But you want to know what the right answer is, and I can tell you the right answer is Florence, Category 4. Wow. That is an amazing statistic that I found at some point in the past. Used in 1953 and came back again in 2018. It took so long. The next question will get you to 140 miles an hour. This is getting pretty serious. Question number 15 out of 24. 1 minute on this. 2 lifelines still remaining, but they're not very good ones. How many named storms have struck the Yucatan Peninsula at Category 5 intensity? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Let's see now. Gilbert. Got Dean. Shoot. What's the time for this round?
We have another 37 seconds.
That's actually more time than I need to think, so I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use the halftime, is it called?
Yes, alright. So this will halve your time, but it does advance you on to the next question. And that, by the way, does end after the end of this stage, which is great news for you. So you're 1 question away from an unlimited time limit, which is fantastic. I think that's how it works. Is that how it works, producer? Is that how it works? Alright, I think it actually, no, it continues to the end of stage 5. Okay, gives you a minute on stage 5, and then a stage 6 is unlimited time. Great, glad to get my own rules in order. Final question of stage 4. This will get you, you are now at 140 miles an hour. This will get you to 150 miles an hour super hurricane status. You've got just the 1 lifeline remaining. Here is the question. What was the first Atlantic hurricane to cause $500 million in damages? Is it Hurricane Hazel, Hurricane Diane, Hurricane Donna, or Hurricane Flora? Now, if you think no one in the world will know this answer, you could take the risk lifeline.
The answers again, please.
Hurricane Hazel, Diane, Donna, or Flora?
I'm going to say Hurricane Hazel. Final answer.
Alright, he's gone with Hazel. This is for 150 miles per hour. What makes you think it's Hazel?
Well, I'm pretty sure Hazel was before Diane, and Hazel was particularly destructive and deadly.
The first $500 million storm was actually Hurricane Diane. I'm sorry, it's the wrong answer. That was a tough one, I have to say. What could have been, maybe if you used that risk lifeline. Who knows, I might have lost you the whole game with that advice. But you still go away with 115 miles per hour. Your thoughts on that, considering you only expected to get to hurricane status?
Oh, I'm rather impressed, but that's a pretty big downgrade.
It is one of the biggest downgrades possible. It is a blow. I'm sorry that it ended that way, because you are an excellent player from what I've seen. That was a really tough question. The right answer, of course, was Diane, and I was just scrambling to check my facts on the other question that you skipped. We believe the right answer is 3. I don't know if you were going to go with that or not.
That was the answer I was going to go with, yes.
Oh, no. Well, you could have had that extra lifeline a little bit longer. The ifs and what could have beens, but it is like that with every game. Cooper, we're so happy to have had you here. You've done really well, 115 miles an hour. I think the 3rd best score so far this series. If you'd like to take part in a future episode of the Super Cyclone Challenge, don't hesitate to get into touch through our email address, contact@force13.com, and through any of our social platforms. What a great game that was. Had me on the edge of my seat too with those answers that you were coming out with and the nature of them as well, just out of nowhere. Thanks very much, Cooper. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks for having me, Nathan.
And now for the next game. welcome to another contestant here on the Super Cyclone Challenge. It's been a whirlwind of a series so far. We're not finishing up anytime soon. Our next contestant tonight is Salad.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening. How have you been, and have you been watching everyone else's performances so far?
I am good, and yes, I have. And so far from what I've seen, the questions to me have been easy than what I expected, but at the same time, I don't know what my questions will be, so maybe my questions will be harder than what they're... So let's just see how it goes. And if the questions go my way, I could get far.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to tell the waiting viewers about yourself coming into this?
So I've been tracking weather since Hurricane Harvey, but mainly been into it since Hurricane Lane of 2018.
That's not a particularly long time.
Yeah, but I have grown a depth of knowledge in my head that I think is pretty good, and I think I can do well tonight. And my goal today is 150 miles
per hour. Yeah, that was going to be my next question. So you're aiming for 150. Wow. Hasn't been cheap.
I've done some test runs, and I've gotten about 150.
Okay then, well, best of luck with that. I hope you do manage it. As we go through the game, of course, those of you who haven't seen it before, there are the 6 safe zones, and the 6 phases, I should say, and the 5 safe zones that happen at every big jump. 24 questions get Salad from nothing to the strongest storm in the world. He's also got the 5 lifelines that we hope will be 5 that can help him out. It starts at 4, the half-time, the 50-50, flip the question, and the risk. If he gets the first 5 questions right in a row without using a lifeline, then he will get the double-dip lifeline. Just to reiterate, because we had a little problem with this last time, if he does choose the half-time lifeline, it doesn't go on forever that the time limits are halved. It goes on until the end of the following stage. Just so that everyone is clear on that particular rule. Are we ready to roll?
Yes.
Alright then, here we go. 20 seconds on the clock for the first 4 questions, which will get you to tropical storm status. Here is the first question. What is the determining factor for designating hurricane status? Is it rainfall, wind, storm surge, or land threat?
Winds, final answer.
That only took 2 seconds. You sure?
Yes.
That is the right answer, yes. 20 miles an hour. Alright, let's go as fast as we can go. Next question, number 2. Major hurricane status begins at what wind speed? This is actually an interesting question because technically it could be a different number, but I think you'll get the gist. Is it 10 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, 115 miles an hour, or 195 miles per hour?
115 miles per hour, final.
Yep, no struggle at all. That is the right answer. I think you are expecting to do well on these first questions, am I right?
Yeah.
Number 3. Which of these phenomena is commonly associated with tropical cyclones? Is it ground shaking, low pressure, snow, or sharknado?
Low pressure, final answer.
That is the right answer, believe it or not. For 35 miles an hour. Excellent start so far. And the final question, which will get you to tropical storm status, goes as follows. Hurricane Harvey made its strongest landfall in which US state in 2017? Well, you've just been talking about it. Is it Texas, Louisiana, Florida, or North Carolina?
Texas, final answer.
Well, that took less than 2 seconds as well. You look confident. Right you are. That is the right answer for tropical storm status. So tell us, where did salad come from?
So it's a kind of a funny story. Because I was called DJ, and there's this famous rapper in America called DJ Khaled. I ate a lot of salad at my school, so my friends just started calling me DJ Salad. So yeah, where it came, kind of a weird way to get your name, but.
All right. Well, everyone does get their names from somewhere. It could be worse. You could be Strat with all of his nicknames. So, got that Stratifier guy over there. Phase 2 gets you from Tropical Storm to Hurricane status, and it's 4 questions away. If you get this question right, the next one, then you will get that 5th lifeline, the double dip. And you can say lifeline at any time, we'll stop the clock. 30 seconds on these questions. Let's just make sure we're all configured with it. Here we go. Question 5. In September 2018, Typhoon Mangkhut made landfall.
It's a little bit glitchy.
I'll say it again. In September 2018, Typhoon Mangkhut made landfall as a Category 5 on which island? Is it Hainan, Luzon, Guam, or Kyushu?
Luzon, final answer.
What makes you think it's Luzon?
Wait. Could you repeat? I didn't hear the question. Wait.
You said final answer.
Was it?
The question was, in September 2018, Typhoon Mangkhut made landfall as a Category 5 on which island?
Oh. Yes, yes, I'm confident. I thought you said either final landfall or Cat 5 landfall. Then yes, I'm confident.
I'm sorry to scare you. It's the right answer, yes. Alright. We got through that one. And you've got that double dip lifeline. Okay, question number 6. What was the longest lasting tropical cyclone ever recorded? Is it Hurricane Irene, Hurricane John, Hurricane Dora, or Hurricane Paul?
Hurricane John, final answer.
It is the right answer, yes, for 60 miles an hour. Next question gets you to 70 miles an hour, another 30 seconds. Which of these storms occurred in the 21st century? Is it Hurricane Andrew, Hurricane Mitch, Hurricane Lenny, or Hurricane Keith?
Hurricane Keith, final answer.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Ooh, I'm not getting anything out of him at the minute. That is the right answer. Yes, 70 miles an hour it is. Alright, confident, straightforward answers so far. We're liking it. One more question gets you to hurricane status. What was the first hurricane of the 2011 Atlantic hurricane season? The first hurricane. Was it Arlene, Cindy, Harvey, or Irene?
Irene, final answer.
What makes you think it's Irene?
Well, because Arlene, Cindy, and Harvey are all tropical storms.
Completely sure?
Yes.
Hurricane status, yes. There it is. Cue the music. The happy music that happens when someone reaches hurricane status has occurred. And we're about to enter question number 9. You're 4 questions away from major hurricane status. You've not touched a lifeline so far. And that means you're halfway towards your target. How are you feeling?
Good.
Well, let's hope it gets...
Just hope no glitches happen on me.
Yeah. Are you waiting to see that difficulty spike that people have been going on about?
Yep.
Let's hope we don't find it. Here is question number 9. 40 seconds on the clock for these 4 questions. Which of these hurricanes made landfall on the US Gulf Coast in 1995? Is it Hurricane Luis, Hurricane Marilyn, Hurricane Opal, or Hurricane Roxanne?
Hurricane Opal, final answer.
You spent a few seconds waiting on that one there. Any reason? Or is it just a delay?
Just a glitch. It was just a glitch. Didn't. It took a while.
Yeah, it's like it's like sending messages to and from space. Hurricane Opal is the right answer. Yes, 80 miles an hour. I didn't ask you before we started tonight's live event. Where are you coming to us from tonight, Salad?
Massachusetts.
So you're joining us from the northwestern part of the US tonight. Northeastern part, I'm sorry. What is going on? Everything's messing up. I think we still are hungover from the Marseille game. So, you know, I don't know why we're getting a bit of glitchiness, because it's not like the New Zealand or anything, but okay, we'll see how this goes. You don't get.
I think it's because earlier today we had like a little bit of a pretty severe thunderstorm come through the area, and it's probably just been messing with the internet all day. So probably that's messing up.
All right, we'll persevere. Here's question number 10, which will get you to 90 miles per hour. Typhoon Uri reached Category 5 intensity in what year? Is it 2010, 2012, 2014, or 2016?
2014, final answer.
You sound very sure on that. How did you rule the other ones out so quickly?
Nuri happened in 2014. That's as easy as that.
All right, it is the right answer. There we go. Doing very well, 90 miles an hour so far. We're looking for more, 100 miles an hour. If you get the next question right, here it is, question 11. In 1971, Hurricane Irene was given which name when it entered the Eastern Pacific? Is it Orlean, Olivia, Olive, or Olga?
Olivia, final answer.
You're sure about that one as well?
Yes, because I remember it being called Irene Olivia.
Irene Olivia, that is the right answer. Yes, it is the correct answer for 100 miles an hour. We are at triple digits. Out of curiosity, do you remember the other storm that decade that had the word Olivia?
It was. I didn't even think it. I know it was like it was a Category 4 that made landfall. It was in the 1978 Atlantic hurricanes. I know that.
Yep. This isn't a question, by the way. just testing.
It's in the. And I remember what might have been. It was Irma. So.
Yes, that's so funny. Greta Olivia. In 1978. Greta. All right, next question gets you to major hurricane status. We all want you to get this. Here's question number 12.
Hurricane. You mean major?
Major hurricane status, yes. Which hurricane struck the Hawaiian Islands in 1982? Is it Akoni, Emma, Hana, or Iwa?
Iwa, final answer.
You're sure about that one too? You've read up on your history. If it's right.
Yes. It's the only one that makes sense. Yes, I do.
Well, who am I to step in the way of that? It is the right answer for major hurricane status. You are already, after just 13 minutes of this broadcast, 4 questions away from super hurricane status and your target. We're still waiting for that difficulty spike, evidently. If we get it, then the lifelines might go tumbling in the next 4 questions. Alright, let's just see how well we do here. Question number 13. You have 60 seconds on these 4 questions. You've still got all 5 lifelines intact. Question 13 goes like this. A tropical storm with winds of 60 miles per hour is considered to be what number on the Beaufort scale? Is it 6, 9, 10, or 11?
Lifeline, flip the question, please.
That didn't last very long at all. You didn't have a clue?
No, I don't know what to do.
The correct answer would have been 10. If you did know the Beaufort scale, perhaps you could have made an educated guess, knowing that the scale only goes up to 12, and 12 is hurricane force winds. You can see the rest of Salad's game, as well as my own game, next week in our finale.